Hey crafty friends, this is Jenny from Craft Test Dummies, and today I'm popping in for a minute because I want to share with you some of the goodies I got when we went to New York City. I went with my mom and I spent some cash. And guys, I have figured this out. I'm going to put this on my blog. I have figured out like this great crafty walking tour that takes you from 23rd to 14th, because the first thing we did when we got up out of the subway was we found the Michaels store. So there's a Michaels store down south too, and that was on 23rd and maybe 6th, I think. But anyways, there's a Michaels store. Now we avoided the Michaels, we walked 2 blocks, and we ran into Dick Blick. So here's the thing, and I don't know how many of you, yeah, Empire State Building. Yeah, okay, there it is. You know, you can see the Empire State Building in every movie, all right? Like, there's no reason I need to see it again. So here's the thing about Dick Blick, and I don't know how many of you guys feel this way. Dick Blick is really a dedicated, it's an art supply store, and they have stuff that crafters use, but I mean, like, they have every marker brand and every oil pastel and encaustics and things that maybe you wouldn't normally use, which is why I like it. Because when I walk into a Dick Blick, I see things that are considered fine art supplies or mid-level art, student grade art supplies, and it kind of makes me start thinking in a new way. If all you look at is what you see at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's or any like dedicated craft store, you are really only getting a small slice of what's actually available. When you go into a Prism or a Utrecht or a Dick Blick, you're gonna just see so many more brands. Let me show you what I bought, 'cause I spent some money. I'm just doing my job to help the economy. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so one of the things I really miss about Ohio is packetans and the ability to walk into a store and just find all kinds of like pretty papers. Because scrapbook stores really, yeah, and I'm singing your song, Donna. I'm singing the song of craft store shopping. But what you kind of forget about is, like, remember when there were scrapbooking stores that actually had papers and stuff? Remember that? Yeah. Now, not so much. And I still like to see the papers. So what I bought, I found these great, I mean, they are super holographic, iridescent, mega shiny. Look at that. So I was thinking with like all the mermaid stuff that's happening right now, if I can get my hand on that die, I'm going to see if I can emboss on this because it's spectacular. And it was, how much a sheet? $1.25 a sheet, which is expensive, but it's worth it. GPC papers, 12 by 12, iridescent. It's fantastic. So, also while I was there, I'm walking up and down the aisles and I saw the gel press because I've been hot on my like gel printing tear lately. Well, as I was walking down the aisle, I saw this from Speedball, and it is a gel printing plate. It says this one is HO in China. And I'm just trying to support American workers. If I can buy things that are made in America, I'd rather. That's just me. But I bought one of these plates, about a 5x7. Oh, it's so clean and new, guys. It will only last like this for about 2.5 seconds. But let's just take a moment and behold a clear, brand new plate. It's not gonna last, but you know, it's kind of cute. I was walking through the aisles and I saw a company I had never, I think I've seen of it before, but I didn't know, I've never used it. It's called Marabou. I love it. So I'm using this Marabou, and I thought, again, if I'm buying a new gel press, let me get a, isn't that a gorgeous stencil though? Seriously, it's so pretty. So I got a new stencil. I also bought some of the art spray. I bought one, which is really not enough. Oh, I'm shaking it and it's going everywhere. God dangy. Okay, fail number 1, not factory sealed. All right, and then because again I was kind of like, oh, I was mesmerized by the marabou, I did pick up a 4-pack of the art crayons. Now, guys, I'm telling you, I don't know if everything is just made in the same place in China. I swear to God. Are these made in China? Of course they're made in China because everything's made in China. This is a watercolor crayon, and you get 4 colors, but these seriously are the identical packaging to the Faber-Castells. Exact same packaging. All right, so then, by the way, after you go to Dick Blick in Manhattan, you walk down the street, and in the next block, there is a Container Store. And I didn't have time to go in, but oh my gosh, you just want to go into like storage heaven. The Container Store. Yay. So there's a Container Store across the street. There's also in that same row a World Market, a TJ Maxx, and a Marshall's. And I love all 3 of those places, even though they are not arts and crafts supply stores. They have great storage. They have great chalk stuff. So if you want to like decorate your studio, they also have, what's those other things? Like World Market always has nice napkins and wrapping paper. And often I will use napkins and wrapping paper in some of my crafty goodness. So, I would definitely include that on your, and the prices are good, so that I include that. And then for your grand finale, guys, boop-a-doo, the ink pad. That store is so small. I think my studio may be slightly bigger than that store, but they cram goodness to the rafters, and they always have good stuff. So again, I went because I was anticipating buying some more Distress Oxides. And so I got the Lucky Clover. Look, it's fresh. It's fresh and chic in the packaging. I haven't even like taken it out yet. So I got Distress Oxides and Lucky Clover. I had to pick up some Abandoned Coral. Love, 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 love. I wasn't going to get 2 kind of red shades, but I had to get Candied Apple because I have Fired Brick, and I really, really like this apple color. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. And because I bought these 2, it's like, ooh, I'm feeling some Christmas up in here. Then, guys, if there are 2 colors, they're not colors I wear. Well, I do. I guess I am wearing them a little bit today. But these are my 2 favorites in the universe. Twisted Citron and Peacock Feathers. I love them separately. I love them together. And if you throw some fossilized amber or marmalade with this, a little orange, like seriously, it's like my soul just breathes this sigh of relief. Now, she didn't have the... Oh no, that's what I need. Hold on. I have Sparse Marmalade. She did not have the fossilized amber. So I ordered that on Joann.com last night for $2.95 after I spent my money at her store. So got those. Yums. So that's all I needed from her store. But then I bought more. So I bought something because I learned something at my stamping club. Actually, 2 reasons. So I went to my stamping club last week, 2 weeks ago, and I was using just this little thin acrylic stamping pad because, you know, I don't want to get out my whole stamping positioner when I just want to go like boop, 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 like add like little hearts. So we're doing like one of those things where like you use the same flower in one colorway and then you do it again, right? So it's just quick, quick, quick. You can't really do that with a stamping positioner. That doesn't make sense, right? To like position it and then stamp it and then have to clean it and then reposition it. You just want to go boop, 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 boop. Sound effects, right? Right, sound effects. Boop, 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 boop. So, but the problem is that the card that I made, I had to add spatters to because I got little fingerprints all over it. And Mary, the hostess, M-E-R-R-Y, said, Jenny, your acrylic blocks are too thin. Like, that is thin. Yeah? And she goes, the reason why is, you know, you're trying to go pounce, 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 and there's just not enough to grab onto. I got these ones that are nice and thick, and I don't have fingerprints anymore. So I went, I need to get a couple of nice I mean, even my thickest block is this big, and notice how it has a little finger groove. It is about a third as big as the other one, but notice how it has the little groove, so your fingers have something better to grab onto. But of course, this is too big for what I'm looking for when I want to go boop, 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 and this is not even 100% comfortable to grip. Like for those of us who are really concerned with our hands and have a little arthritis or fibromyalgia or something. So, and then my mom, when she was here last week, she was saying, oh, I love this acrylic block printing technique like I did here on that card. You guys remember this card? Where we did the acrylic block stamping and we stamped on the block and then onto the watercolor paper, which makes little squares. Well, my mom, who is like seriously low-key brilliant, she says, I wonder if they make circular acrylic blocks because it'd be nice to have a different shape than just the square. I went, woman, I never even thought of that. So guess what happened? I walk into the ink pad and I saw these and I'm like, ba-bam. So these are from Apple Pie Memories. I have never heard of this company before. Apple Pie Memories. It is made in the USA. They had individual ones, and I definitely need a little one for my boop, 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 boop. But I realized if I buy like 2 of these, that like I should just get the big set. So it was $24 for the set of 4. And I'm going to open these for you because like I was standing in the store like debating if I want to spend $24 on blocks. Like I have all these ones that I got for $1 at Michael's. But let's look at the difference between like el cheapo and quality. So first of all, look at the thickness there. Definitely at least 30% thicker, if not twice as thick, yeah. No grips. These actually has, you know, because of the circular nature of it, and then the little waves, your fingers just go bam. So I can just go boop, 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 and it's like the most natural hand grip. It's like a claw hand grip, which is really great for those of us who have sensitivities in our hands, whether it's RA, arthritis, you know, if you've had carpal tunnel, if you have had a stroke, if you have had fibromyalgia or lupus, these are all things that you have to be considered, you know, thinking about. So this is perfect. And then, do you see those lines? There are positioning lines. So if you're concerned that your long, thin sentiment, is it straight? Now you're going to know for sure, because you've got a little line. And you want to get something right in the middle, I can see where the middle is because there it is. X marks the spot right over my eyeball. So this is where I thought, you know, again, quality is going to be so important here that I'd rather have 4 good blocks than 24 crap blocks where I have to make everything a spatter card because I got fingerprints on it, or I'm wasting the paper because I've stamped it off center or it's a little curvy or whatever. So I want everybody to know that today I became a big girl stamper and I invested in nice acrylic blocks. I feel like a big girl now. So I got those 2. So then, this is the thing I bought because I think it's stupid. Just let that sink in. Every now and then I see a tool and I'm like, that is so dumb. I'm going to buy it because I can't imagine that it is worth $8 for a Ranger spatter brush. First of all, this looks like a drum brush. You know, like they go shh, 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 right? I'm a musician, so I think about things in musical terms. This is the perfect tool to create unique spatter effects with ink, paint, stains, and more. Achieve various speckle splatters and spots on your mixed media project. Dip the tips of the splatter brush into fluid ink, paint, or medium. Hold the brush over your surface and pull the bristles back towards you with your fingers. So I'm going to get my fingers inky on this one. This is not to keep you clean. This is going to make you messy. Quickly release the bristles. to create the splatters. Are you effing kidding me? Okay, here it is. You get about, what, 3 inches of these plastic bristles. This literally looks like the world's worst broom. Worst broom. Like if you took a broom and you cut off the like frayed edges, like there it is, okay, into a little cheapo handle. Ooh, but it's labeled. Oh, it's foiled. And they like do this. This is what you're supposed to do. You were literally supposed to grab it and flick it. Right? Probably not like this. But no, they want you to use your finger. Like this is made, like, ladies, I'm trying to figure out how to get less. I know. It's like, use the old toothbrush. Or maybe you go like, I'm going to play with it. But at the end of the day, I have an old makeup brush that the bristles just came out of. I'm going to be figuring out how to engineer something like this for less than $8. Although I also just usually use my crappy paintbrush that has glue in it. Literally, like, part of these bristles are glued together and you just dip it, and I do the same thing. It's my little rant. But yes, here's the thing. I did spend $8 on it just so that I could make fun of it. Probably I'll use it and I'll love it. And then I'll have to like eat crow. All right, so the last 2 things I bought, I was not planning to buy either. The first is this beautiful, it's called a Hamza, I think. This is a Rubber Moon by Jessica Sparn. Cost me $10. So I just thought it was pretty and, you know, something maybe a little different than I would normally use. Really, really different. So I'm going to put this up here so I can appreciate it and you can appreciate it and I'll use it. Yay. All right, so the last thing I bought, again, not planning to buy, I got it. It's from Spellbinders. I got these 2 kind of urban, what is it called? Stumper set. It's called Turnarounds. I bought these. These are Spellbinders. That was from, I thought I said it, Rubber Moon. This is from Rubber Moon. But the reason why I bought this is you see that little registration? This is the registration mark that they put on the side of crash test dummies so that when they do like those tests, they can track the trajectory of this in the crashing. So if you notice on my logo, Craft Test Dummies, I have this version of it, but with holes on it to make it a button. I don't know if you guys have ever like looked at my actual logo. I put thought into that it would like the crash registration would be a button on my logo. So I had to buy it. And then I don't know what this, I think this is for the same thing, but I don't know. It just came with it. And I thought I would try it out just because it's fun. And you know, I like the little card on the back where they embossed in teal and then they use distress stains over the top. So here's the thing I forget. I forget sometimes that you emboss in different colors and then dye over the top of it just to give it different effects. I kind of forget to do that. I get kind of stuck in the, I use white embossing powder and black embossing powder and clear embossing powder. And if it's a sentiment, it might be also gold or silver. Or sparkly if it's snow. But I forget about actually using embossing powder in mixed media as a resist, and I can use different colors at the same time. Did anybody else beside me kind of forget those things? Like, oh yeah, I could use it for that. So I picked that up as well. But y'all go forth, do something creative. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the shares. And thank you for the comments and being my crafty tribe. I really do appreciate it. Y'all go have a great Thursday now, okay? Bye-bye, everybody. See you later. You like this? By the way, do you like my backdrop? Is this a good backdrop? I think I like this view. You can kind of get to see all the pretties behind me. I like it. All right now, bye-bye.